Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk and welcome to the official announcement of our 2022 She Boss Up Grant Awardees. There are 20 amazing women who won our She Boss Up grant, and we are so excited to be live to talk about them. We have some of them here today with us, so we're excited to meet some of them so they can share their story, and we have one of our committee members here. And so throughout the show, we may have other people popping in to share their story as well, whether they're on our committee or they're one of the winners. And I'm going to go through the complete list. And so at this point, you should have seen across our social media, and if you're on our email list, our announcement of our awardees. But it's always good to hear directly from them, and we want to celebrate them. So if you could help us celebrate all of our She Boss Up Grant Awardees. Can we give them a hand clap? This is amazing. This is our third installment of this grant since we launched in 2020. And when we launched this grant in 2020, it was really to help women entrepreneurs and business owners overcome the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. And then we made it an annual grant so that we can fund women and help them further develop their business. So we want women to grow their business to multiple six figures and seven figures in their business. And we know that it takes capital to make that happen. And we are so happy that we're able to provide equity-free capital that you don't have to pay back. So we are just excited that we are able to do this for other women. This is women helping women. And just a shout out to all of our committee members who worked hard, who worked tirelessly to review and evaluate all the hundreds of applications that we received. All of the applications were phenomenal. So if you didn't win, it doesn't mean that you're not a winner. All of you all were amazing, but we could only select 20. And we want to give a shout out and thank you to all of our partners. We had several small business partners who are doing amazing work that partner with us to provide things like self-care boxes, to be able to share pitch books and tools and strategies, to be able to give VIP days, to be able to give self-care days, and strategies that are going to help you profit more in your business. So all types of tools that we were able to provide. If you want to learn more, you can go check out the website. If you want to get involved and apply when we reopen our fourth installment in the winter, you want to visit shebossup.com, or you can go directly to our official website at shebosstalk.com. So with that said, I'm going to then introduce first one of our grant committee members, Nicole Murphy. Hi.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm good. If you want to introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself, and then if you could express why you became a grant committee member and what your experience was like reviewing the grant awardees.
Yeah, so I am Nicole Murphy. I'm the founder and CEO of a platform called Barter Black, which is a platform for Black entrepreneurs to come together to collaborate, to exchange goods, services, time, resources with each other in order to scale your business and reach your business goals. And I was so excited to be a committee member. I apply for grants myself, so being on the other side of it is like, wow, these grants and the people that review them really take a lot of time and focus and dedication to make sure that the winners that they're choosing are going to be great. It's going to be great for the winners that we chose. And I am actually a recipient of one of the grants from was it 2020? I think it was 2020.
Yes.
Yeah. So super excited to be on the other side and help you choose the winners of this grant. It was an amazing experience, being as though I still do apply for grants. It's an amazing experience being on the other side of it.
Awesome. And we'll talk more about the process and the do's and the don'ts and those things that will really help you all as you continue to apply for our grant programs, which we have many and other grants, because there are thousands of grants right now that are available, and especially for women in business. There's no shortage of grants for women in business. But with that said, we want to just talk with some of our awardees, and welcome, Maxine. Hi. Can you can come off mute and tell us about yourself and about your business?
Hi, everybody. I'm Maxine Henderson. I am the owner and CEO of Crown Me Leverage Company, where business meets its boss. I am a business coach and mentor. I'm also a grant writer. So, what I do is I have a small community on Facebook, and where I help entrepreneurs and small business owners like myself. I help them grow and scale and ultimately become grant ready. When I got into the business, I did not know how many people were not properly structured, that were not grant ready. So what I do is I share goals. I share not goals. I share insights, and I share tips and strategies on how other entrepreneurs can become grant writers and also become successful entrepreneurs such as myself. So it was a great experience to be a part of the grant committee. This is my first time being a committee member. So I'm on the other side as the part of
Yeah.
the writing grants. It was a great experience. I loved reading all of the awardees applications. It's amazing to be a business owner. It's a lot of women who are just so amazing at what they do. Great experience for me. And I thank you so much, Shantae, for just inviting me to be into it.
You're so welcome. I'm so glad that to have the committee member that committee members that were able to give such service, because this is so. I continue throughout the process to express to all the committee members how important this is for the women that we are serving. I just want to pause right now just to give a shout out to everyone that is watching. Hello, Alice. I see Fatima. She's one of our grant committee members. She's really busy. And all these ladies are very busy. They have businesses of their own, but they took the time out to serve, to help us determine who is going to be a grant awardee. So we're excited about that. Shout outs to Alex. Shout out to Box Office and Jacqueline. We see you out there. Hello, Alice, Jeanette. We see you out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely share this out, because we continue to get inquiries from entrepreneurs and small business owners on how they could get grants. Are there grants available for their business? Are there grants available for startups? Are there grants available for minorities and women? And the answer is yes. There's grants for any and every type of business that is out there, and we just want you to go after them. And we're so glad that our grant awardees were able to be courageous enough to put in an application, and they were able to win it. So we have one of our winners here with us today. I know you, right? So we've been connected for a while now, and we have a committee because I know a lot of people online, and we want to make sure that the process is always fair. So it can't just be me voting and then we have conflicts of interest. So we have a dedicated committee that reviews it. So it's always fair, and we have multiple rounds of reviews that we go through. And I am so happy that you made it and that you were selected. So tell us about yourself. You can come off mute and tell us about yourself.
Hi, you guys. Hi, committee. Hi, Shantae. I'm Deb Smith, and my business is Designed by Deb and Pearl. Basically, my business is all about encouraging and inspiring by having designs, custom designs on T-shirts. It's like walking billboard of inspiration. As you can see today, I feel fabulous, so I got on my Be Fabulous T-shirt, and I'm just so excited to be one of the recipients for the She Boss Up grant.
That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey? So, how did you find out about this grant?
Yes. So, okay, my journey with I've been applying to grants for quite some time, and I always see your posts of it's like every day for the last 2-3 years when you posted today is a good time to get those grants out there. Today is a good time. Go and get your money. And I used to see it all the time, right? And so I was like, you know what? I need to just apply and keep applying. So I've applied to many grants, you know what I mean? And I just felt like it was just a ceiling because my business, I'm still new. I just celebrated 2 years of the business designed by Deborah Pearl. So I'm really excited about that. But the thing is that I found out about the She Boss Up because I subscribe to the newsletter, so I get that every like few weeks. And then I'm also a part of like the members that you have online. So I know that you're always feeding us with, to apply to these grants. And so I know that with She Boss, you guys are really looking out for entrepreneurs like myself. And I said, you know what? I was going to give up on even applying to grants until She Boss. And so I really thank you. But so my journey has been really kind of crazy when it comes down to grants. But because I'm a recipient now of the She Boss, I'm ready to go. Like, what's next, So I thank you so much for breaking that ceiling. I mean, when I found out, I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, the ceiling has been broken for me to be able to receive grants for my business.
Yes, that's amazing. And congratulations on being in business for 2 years.
Thank you.
Businesses don't even make it past the first year. So for you to be in business 2 years is amazing.
Thank you.
I like what you said about not giving up, because we all are always, every one of us have been in a situation where times got tough and we considered giving up on the process, but we didn't. So what made you decide? So you found out about the grant. So many people didn't apply, right? They were not as courageous. What made you say, okay, I'm going to shoot my shot for this particular grant?
What made me to do it is, what do I have to lose? I've gotten no's, and no's are not always no right now. So I'm like, what do I have to lose? I believe in my passion. I believe in my business, and I believe that at some point a no is going to turn into a yes. And so you know what? I say, you know what? I'm going to just do it. And I think that that's what we have to do as business owners. We're already taking risks to be business owners. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going until somebody's going to say yes. Somebody has to say yes. And I think that, like I said, when I first found out, it was just like, wow, that ceiling has been broken. So I'm really appreciative that, again, it's just that having that drive to not let no stop me. A no now is not a no later. So that's what drove me. It's like, I'm going to just do it. And I've already had no's. So what can happen? If I get another no, so be it. So that's what drove me. And to just know that, okay, you can do it, Deb, and I have a solid plan. I have a solid structure. So it's just a matter of getting that yes eventually.
I like that. I like that you didn't let no stop you, and that you can hear in your voice how passionate you are and the belief that you have in yourself and your business. Nicole and Maxine, how important do you think it is to really believe in yourself when you're going after grant opportunities?
Yes.
I would say, if you don't believe in yourself, then who will? So you have to believe in yourself, your business, your business, your vision, your mission. You have to believe in all of that. And I know that applying for grants, as you said, is like a tedious process. It takes long. When those no's do come in, they're coming in a month, 2-3 months later, and it's like, what happened? But it's all worth it. And one thing I want to say is that applying for those grants leads to other opportunities, even if there are no's, because like I said, I've applied for many grants, and at least 3 or 4 times the organizations that I've applied for have reached out to me and said, I think you would be good for this opportunity. So even if it's a long process, even if it's a no, still apply.
That's good.
I definitely agree with Nicole. I tell all my clients there is no such thing. To me, there's no such thing as no. I don't really believe in the word no. I know you'll get some, but it's about going back and saying, okay, that was a no, but let me go back and try to see where I can get my yes it. Because a lot of things, a lot of times, it can be discouraging to constantly get, oh well, you didn't get approved this time, or you didn't get approved this time. So I tell my clients though, okay, go back and ask, what is it that you can do to better your application for next go round? What is it that you can do to kind of help your business to be applicable next, the next season? Or, just go back and ask and see what you can kind of come up with. But I don't like the word no. It just makes me go harder. It just makes me go harder because I definitely believe in, getting the free money for your business, because it's a lot out there. It's a lot of grants out there. But I'm so proud of the awardee for not giving up, because it can be very discouraging. But you go, girl.
And we all have been through it. I mean, it's really a test of our perseverance and our endurance as entrepreneurs and business owners. I mean, are we going to give up at the first no? And I can tell you, the many grants that I have won, I didn't even get a yes the first time. I was actually denied or declined for reasons that were beyond my control, or they may have been the fault of the grantor. But I knew what I wanted. I knew I deserved it. And I knew that it was going to benefit my business. So whatever I had to do, whatever lengths I had to go to get whatever is in my control, I would do it. Now, you can't worry about what's outside of your control. What you can do is concern yourself with what is in your control to do, and do that. And there's been grants where I've applied 3, 4, 5 times, and I'm just like, and one grant, Nicole Murphy, you won the mini grant. We both applied for the bigger $1 million grant, and I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful. And she told me that she didn't get it, but I was still in the running. And I was like, I know I'm going to get it. I know I'm going to get it. It was the second year that I applied. So I took what I did last year, enhanced it, bettered it, and then applied. And I still didn't get it. But yeah, okay, I was disappointed. But like Maxine said, okay, that was a no. We going for it the third year. And I'm going to go for it the fourth year. But I'm going to keep going until I get it. So that's the mindset that we have to have, is that you're going to go for it. If it's something that you want, you have to be all in and go after it until you get it. And every time you're going to get better and better and better and better at the process. So, I hope this is very empowering for you all to know what opportunities are out there and what it's going to take from you to be able to pursue these opportunities and then win them. You can't give up. You can't be discouraged at a no, because you're going to get a lot of them. But you're also going to get some yeses. If you keep going, you're going to get some yeses. So, very good information from the committee. Now, Deb, I really want to hear from you as far as, what the process was like when you were waiting, because this was a grant 2022, and the process went into this year 2023. So that's a waiting process. It's a period of time. So what was that process like for you, having to have patience with the process after you have already submitted your application? Now it's just a waiting game. What was that like?
Wow, the waiting game, that's the patience that you need to have, is the waiting game. Like, my mindset is, I've done everything that I need to do. Make sure I cross all my T's and dot all my I's. And while I'm waiting, I keep working. So that's the whole thing, is that you got to keep going and you got to keep working. And so I just kept working, stay busy with the business while I'm waiting. And so it could be so tedious. That, I think that's the main thing, is that if you've done all that you need to do and you have to wait, that's patience. And that patience is so important, because it's going to be a lot of times where in business, we're going to have to wait on contracts. You have to wait on decisions to be made. You're going to have to make decisions. You know what I mean? So I knew that in the waiting period, that's all a part of the win at the end of the day. Is the waiting is also all a part of it. So I mean, I was just like, you just gotta wait. What can you do? Don't rush the committee. Don't rush the committee. Don't rush, but just know that I was confident in the fact that I hope that I be among the winners. And look, it's just always having that hope. Always having that trust and that faith that no, I did everything I needed to do. Deb, you got everything in place. And you're thinking about like, oh, they already have my website. Like, make sure everything is in line and intact. So it's just like, you just wait and just wait for that moment to happen. And regardless of what happens, still, as you can see, Shantae, I'm still excited about it because no matter what, I applied. You know what I mean? So I didn't give up in applying. So the waiting process, that's all a part of the whole journey is in the waiting too.
Yes. I love that. Yeah. So one thing that you said that I liked is while you were waiting, you were still active. Active in your business, active in applying for other grants. So it's not like when you wait and you be idle and you do nothing. So that's important to know because grants are a complement to your business, what you're already doing. Grants are not to be there to carry your business. So I think some businesses don't understand that and understand that grantors like us, when we're looking at a business, we're looking at what are you doing in your business. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. What are you doing in your business? How are you applying yourself? And how are you impacting your clients? How are you impacting the community? But if you're just applying and you're not doing anything in your business, that's going to be to your detriment. So the fact that, yes, you applied, you shot your shot, you were confident in yourself, you believe in yourself, you were like, I'm going to do this and I'm just going to wait it out. I'm going to believe that it's going to be mine. But in the meantime, I'm going to run my business. I'm going to make money in my business and I'm going to go apply for other programs, right? You did that. That's what we encourage entrepreneurs and small business owners to do because, again, it's very competitive. It's no guarantee you're going to get a grant, okay? So you can't just sit idly by and just hope and pray you get the grant and do nothing else. So that means if you're applying for other things, they're going to be asking, what are you doing? And what are you going to say? Oh, I'm just hoping and praying I get a grant before I take any action. Right. So I like the fact that you are an action taker and we can just see it in you and we can hear it like in your voice, that enthusiasm. And that's why I tell people when you're applying, what your confidence and belief in yourself and your business comes across on paper. And it also comes across if you are pitching like on video or audio. People really can hear that. So understand that you have to speak clearly and confidently and write that way as well. And know that we see that and we take that in consideration when we are assessing applications that are coming through. Yeah. Any comments from Nicole or Maxine? But thank you so much, Deb.
I was going to say, yeah, once you apply for the grant, it's submitted. That's when the next one you should be applying because most of them are not like 5-minute type of applications. Like you really have to put thought into it. So you don't want to rush it. So once you finish that one application, you definitely want to go on to the next one on your list. And one thing that my assistant and I do when we apply for grants is that we have a list. And most of the time, the grantors have the day that they're going to be announcing it. So we put that on the list too. So we know, okay, we should be expecting something. So the wait doesn't seem so long. You're like, okay, when are they going to tell me if I won or not? If you have that date, then you can say, okay, around this time, that's when I'll know. So that'll kind of help relieve some of that stress of not knowing if you won the grant or not.
That's good because people they email us all the time. And it's so important to read and follow instructions and go back to the website. The grantors, they will always put all the information you need will be on the website. And if any updates are made, any extensions, they will be posted to the website and or email will go out depending depending on their bandwidth. So you have to understand who's given the grant. Some grantors are larger than others. They're way larger than us. So we may not be able to send out all the correspondence, but we communicate. We have consistent communication, and we make sure that the website is updated so that you know what is happening. So you shouldn't be calling or emailing before the dates have arrived. If it says the awardees are going to be announced in March and you're calling in and you're emailing in January, then you're really out of order, because they have already told you don't expect any announcements until March. So you got 2 months to go, right? So, and they look at that. All right, did you read instructions? Right? And I'm going to talk about that, because that is still one of the number one biggest issues that prevents people from getting grants. And they think it's something super major. But I'm going to go through all of the things, and you all can contribute too. But as a grantor, I was going through this process, seeing peers lose grants that won them. They actually won them and lost them for simple things that they could have been doing. But before we get to that, Deb, this is like the most exciting part, okay, that I want to know about your experience, is your reaction when you received the congratulatory email.
Oh my goodness. My reaction, look, I'm still so fired up. I can't lie to you guys. I'm still so fired up. I just feel like getting that response, that email, I was just like, oh my goodness. I was so excited. And for one thing, because first of all, it's She Boss, you know what I mean? So it's She Boss Talk. So like, it's like, oh my goodness, that alone was like, yes, you know. And then on top of that, to just know, like, I'm doing this for Design by Deb with Pearl, you know what I mean? So I'm winning things for my business. And that is going to open up doors for other opportunities. And that's how I look at it. Like, this is a door opener for other opportunities. And so I was excited. I felt like I won $1 million. Okay. I'm so serious. Like, I think I sent a message that thanking you and thanking the committee. And I was just really excited. And that's just how I am. Because for one thing, to start a business during a pandemic, that's faith right there. To start to say, listen, I need a job, because this is my story. I need a job, and I have children that I have to feed. I got to take care of myself. Start this business during a pandemic. That is so hard to do, because so many people were so down, you know, about what was taking place. And so on top of that, to be able to do that and to be able to keep going in the business and say, okay, look, I need funding. In order for this business to go, I need funding. And so in order to, I've just felt like, listen, this is what I need. I'm not stopping until I get it. You know what I mean? And so to be able to, you know what I have, Chauncey? I have the She Boss Talk, the grant, it's a grant tracker that's on paper that you have. I keep all my grant information, even with other grants that I apply to, and you have it set up. That chart is set up to let me know what grant I applied to, when I applied, when the deadline is over. I use that faithfully. I will show you guys, but you're on camera, but I use that faithfully to track what grants I've applied to. So to be able to get that email that I was one of the grant recipients, I'm trying to tell you, I was like, oh my goodness, like, it was just phenomenal. So, you know, I'm still excited, as you can see.
That's amazing. And what she's referring to is our grant cheat sheet and checklist that is amazing. If you want to learn how to apply for, and win grants, I would definitely recommend you getting our cheat sheet. It is in the description. We will drop it also in the comments. We've helped thousands of small business owners be able to get thousands of dollars in grant funding through that cheat sheet, which is only $47.
Yeah.
$47 can get you $1,000, $5,000, $20,000 and more. So I just want to share, man, there's a lot of comments out here, but one of our grant committee members, I want to just share what she says. It's good to plan your application process. So that's what we've been talking a lot about, is planning the process. There are common questions, such as questions about your services. Have these responses already completed and a document in case you are on a hard deadline. Thank you so much for teaming. That's what I do. I have a plan process for the 3 years I started applying for grants when COVID first hit. I was on top of it. And I laid out my process. I have a folder in Google Drive. I have a whole spreadsheet that I keep track. And every grant has a folder. As soon as I learn about a grant, I create a folder for it and I put all the information and I have my documentation and I have many write-ups for grants, but I tailor them to the particular grant. So it makes it easier, but you got to pay attention to the grant and what it's asking for, and not just take something that you wrote and apply it if it's not answering the question or speaking to what it is that they're asking. So, but it does cut down on time to be able to have these different write-ups and just tweak them to the particular question that is being asked. And some questions are pretty consistent across the board, and then you will have unique questions. But it's always something that you can go and use. But if you haven't done it yet, so maybe that you're new to this or you just haven't done it, this is really going to help you with the process to plan it out, including timelines like Nicole said, and marking it down on your calendar, setting alarms for dates that is going to be announced, dates for deadlines, because I can't tell you how many people miss deadlines. Okay. So, and it's not even that you didn't have a good application, that you're not qualified, that you don't have a good business or you don't meet the industry standards. Is simply that you missed the timeline requirements that were made available. And even with our grant, there were people that missed the timeline requirements. And, we cannot, make concessions for one person because other people are going to ask. So we have to always be fair across the board. Please don't assume that if you miss the deadline, they're going to give you a second chance. Rarely does that happen. That they're going to give you another chance once you miss the deadline. So let me go through. We have Deb on here, but we have other winners. So I just wanted to shout them out as well. So let me list them off. We have Alexis Bridges, a C.E. Mitchell Services Foundation, Inc., Andrea Sid of Miami Growth Machine, Deborah Smith, who is on Designed by Deb Apparel, Dr. AJ Austin, the International Center of Life Coaching Training, Dr. Linda Swan McClendon of Jazzy Ladies Jewels Boutique, Ebony Robinson of Bossy Bay Productions, Gabriella Carter of Growing with Gabby, Jessica Qualley, Jessica Blair Beauty is her company, Lisa Fraun, Perry Hill Flower Company, Medisa Styles of Styles Firm, Mia Edwards of Harmonic Therapeutic and Healing Services, Nicole Spencer of Joe Mazan, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Parker Forte of Fortified Counseling, PLLC. Chantel Broomfield, Believe in What You Dream. Shamika Stevenson Davidson of Pre-College Solutions. Tamay Shannon of W2S Marketing. Tara Duffy of SEJ Boutique. Now, Tara is a winner of one of our special grants for our She Boss Tribe members. So it's in the beginning and throughout the process, I mentioned that those that are in the tribe really get a double chance, a double shot at getting a grant, because there's always grants carved out specifically for the tribe members. Okay. So to my surprise, members of the tribe did not, apply. So you can't win if you don't apply. People ask me all the time, do I have a chance? The answer is yes. If you apply and you meet the eligibility requirements and you submit your application on time, you always have a chance to win it. You have no chance if you don't apply for the particular grant program. So I just want to give her a shout out because she is a tribe member and she won that special grant of $1,000 that she can now go and use in her business. Tiana Paul of Cut and Sew Hair Studio, and Tara Gallimore of Cali Dance Studio for the Arts. So those are our 20 winners in total We congratulate you. We celebrate you on your achievement. And we're working right now to put them up on our website. So we always like to showcase our winners and also provide you with a reference point. So know that a lot of grants will share with you their previous winners, maybe previous slide decks or pitch decks, something that is going to help you get better at applying for grant opportunities so you can see winners. And then that's also a reference point to know that you see other people like you, right? That look like you, that are of your culture, that may be of your particular industry, because we get these questions all the time, or people that they just think that they're unqualified and no one's even told them that they're unqualified. They just count themselves out. There are grants for every type of person, every type of business. There is a grant program out here available to you. Every industry, pretty much, there is a grant opportunity available to you. So again, just shout out to all of our grant winners. And I see all the look, our community is showing up. They're congratulating you ladies because you all are amazing. So now that we've acknowledged all of the grant awardees, we're still working on dispersing all of the prizes because it's an entire program. It's not just cash that they're getting, but it's a whole slew of other prizes that they're getting, from iPads and Amazon gift cards and live plan subscriptions and self-care boxes, you name it. And so we have to coordinate with all of our partners. So again, if you have questions, we are emailing the awardees on a regular basis, and we update our website so that you know what is happening. It takes a lot. So know that when these grantors, no matter how big or small the grantor is, it is a lot of work to run grant and administer a grant program and coordinate all of the efforts that's required to make it happen and get the awardees and award them their gifts, so, and prizes. So make sure you're looking out for that because deadlines are important. So with that, I just want to go into us talking about all of us that are on here, like giving some tips and some strategies, maybe talking about some things that we noticed like throughout the process. One thing I would start, because this is really huge, and I've been saying this for the last 3 years, and people still don't understand the importance of following up and following through with the process from beginning to end. And we still are having this issue, even with winners that are winners of our program that received the email and did not respond in time. So I had to make a decision. Do they forfeit it? Do I not give it a grant? Do we go on down the line? So we will keep the program going and going and holding. I didn't want to hold people up. But let me tell you, you have to follow up and follow through from beginning to end. Even when they tell you receive the email that says congratulations, that congratulations email tells you that there are more steps that you have to take by a deadline. Take those deadlines seriously. Just think about in your business. Do you have processes in your business? You have deadlines in your business? Same happens here. We cannot keep extending the deadline. Just imagine 300 people contacting a grantor to extend deadlines. We would never be able to award the grant, right? It would just hold up the program. So we cannot do it. Okay. So many people have lost out because they simply didn't follow through all the way to the end. And many following through, responding to emails is a huge problem. You have to respond to emails. You have to check your emails, inbox and spam. So we don't have control of if our emails land in your spam folder or inbox. It is up to you, the applicant, to check all folders that you have in your email account. And where they land may depend on what type of email system you have, whether you are using official business email or you are using a personal email for business. So it's business emails that will come to you and land in your spam because you have a personal email. So it's going to flag it as spam. But if you don't ever check your spam folder, I'm going to tell you right now, you're missing opportunities. Because I can tell you our emails have landed in spam folders. Very rarely have I applied for a grant and it landed in my spam because I have a business email. Okay. These are official business email, like hello@shebosstalk.com instead of shebosstalk@gmail, which I also have as a backup. But if you have a business email, more will land in your inbox. But it really doesn't matter. It's up to you to read your, not only check your email, but read. So once you check it, then you have to read it from top to bottom. And that's another problem. Reading your emails and reading what the information on the website, what is given to you. What is given to you, the instructions. Follow the instructions and follow them by the deadlines that are given. Because I've seen too many people lose out because they want it, and they did not follow through and they lost out on the grant opportunity. When we asked you for additional documentation, please double check the documentation you are submitting, double check the banking information you are providing. People get messed up there as well. You lose out because we are only going to give you one attempt to provide accurate banking information. And we're going to tell you if it needs to be a business bank account. So if you applying and you got everything right, you got to the near the finish line and your banking information is incorrect, you have now forfeited. Or if you didn't submit your the banking information on time, you have now forfeited your award. Okay, because no grantor is going to go back and forth and back and forth to make sure that you have your banking information right. Right? That is your responsibility to do that. So again, these are things where I've seen people miss out on grants because they had the wrong banking. They didn't have a business bank account that we could verify, or that they didn't have a mechanism to accept wire transfers. So you have to know the type of bank account you have and know if it has the features to accept transfers and how much it would allow you to have. So if there's caps, if your bank account says they will only allow you to accept $1,000 in wire transfers and the grant is $5,000, then you just missed out because it's going to reject the $5,000 of money. I saw this happen with Idle. I saw this happen with a lot of programs. So again, I would say follow instructions. Please follow instructions. Read thoroughly, follow up, and follow through all the way through the process till you have the money in your bank account. And even after that, if the grantor is asking you or requiring you to do something like report or provide testimonials, that is your responsibility to do as an awardee. You have already reaped the benefits. Why would you not provide a testimonial? Okay, so we switched up our process where we require it upfront before we distribute anything, and then 6 months after we require another testimonial to talk about how the money, your use of the money, benefited your business and the community. So again, these things will help you. You're 50. If you can follow instructions, you're 50% of the way there of winning the grant. So Nicole, Maxine, Deb, you want to add to that any tips or any talk about your experience with the grant process, anything that would be helpful?
I would, keeping up with your documents is very crucial. Like keeping up with your EIN numbers, your articles of
Yes.
incorporation, keeping up with your business plans if you have them. All of those are very important. Especially like what Shantae said, having a business bank account, separating your business from your personal, making sure that you have a professional email, because I've seen people get denied for just having a personal email sent to a business grant. So they don't want to see your personal Gmail. So I fuss at my clients like, no, we got to get you a professional email, because I know for sure that's going to get you denied. And just making sure you read several times. Read and research. Read and research. That's those gonna get you far. Reading through and researching. I really recommend reading at least 2 to 3 times before you even apply for the grant, because you may have missed something. Read the eligibility requirements first. Then go in through and make sure that when you're typing your grant out, your responses, I would open up a Word document so it can catch grammatical errors. Things like that would definitely help you win grants. And those are the smallest things that people take for granted, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna apply. It's way more than just, clicking a link and applying. You gotta be very strategic when it comes to grants, or you're gonna miss out.
That is so good. And they look at typos and grammatical errors. So that's a good.
Mhm.
I start all documents in a Google document for that
Mhm.
reason. And also things that have happened, even people that applied to our program where they got shut out of the form or the application and they lost everything that they had written. That's a terrible thing because I know it's happened to me. I've said some really good stuff and then I tried to go back and it's like, man, what did I say? I know I said something right. Now I can't remember it. I don't have to worry about that if I start off in the Google document. And most grantors will actually recommend that you do that first, then copy and paste it. And then also, a lot of times they have character requirements, limits on how much text you can have. So if you are in the box, sometimes it will go red if it's too much. But if you have it in a Word document, it's just easier to keep track. You can use the word count feature. That's what I use. So I know it's within the limits, and then I just copy and paste it and it's good. Because nobody want to see grammatical errors and typos and all of those things. That's just going to lower your points. Nicole?
I wanted to add
Uh-oh. There
something.
we go.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. Next thing going. Okay. I just wanted to add to that was it? It's important to make sure that you know what you're going to do with the money ahead of time.
Mhm.
So I know I had dreaded doing a business plan at first, but now I see the reasoning for doing one and how that's going to help so much when it comes down to applying for the grant and saying what you're going to do with the money. Because if you got that plan already in place,
That's right.
guess what? You already half of that application is already done because this is what I'm going to do with the money. And so I'm telling you the truth. I did not want to do a business plan at all, but I realized that it is very important, even if it's just a 5-page business plan, even if it's just, listen, this is what I'm going to do in the next few months, to get the money. Like, make sure you know what you're going to do with that money, because there are questions on there that ask, how do you plan to use the funds? And if you don't have a strategic way of how you're going to use the funds, then that could also be a problem with you actually receiving, being a recipient. So make sure you know what you're going to do with the money. I know business plans could be hard, it could be very tedious, but if you get with a coach, they will help you through that business plan, and then you'll know what you're going to do, exactly what you're going to do with the money, and then you already halfway through.
That's really good. And we offer one-page business templates that can be helpful for you, right? And we also use another tool. This is one that we gave out to grant awardees. Is called Live Plan, and it helps you more easily be able to build out your plan or build out your pitch deck or your marketing strategy. So I will put those resources in and tools in the comments. But she is so correct. Every grantor want to know what your plan is to do with the plan with the money. Grantors don't want to give people grants that the grant money is only going to stay with you. They want to see it make a wider impact. And they want to know that you know what you're going to do with the money, what your plan is. If you don't know your plan, it's gonna the likelihood of you winning your grant is very little. And I know we've given impromptu grants. We give grants all the time just for any reason. I'll put out a question and ask, "What is your plan? What would you do with $500 if you got it today?" And then see how people answer. And then based on those answers, I would select a winner. I did that a lot last year, like 5 times last year. But it's amazing what some people will say. I need the money, or I'm out of money. That is not a good answer for somebody to give you money. That means you have not thought it out. You don't have a plan. You really don't have a business in the eyes of whoever is looking at it, because you don't have anything well thought out, and they're not going to give you the money. So you really have to take the time to think out what are you doing? What is your business here to do? What problems are you here to solve? And how can this money help you either start or grow your business? Or how can it help the community that you're wanting to serve? So if you are applying for a grant, this is just an example because we're really focusing, we're doing collaborative efforts going after the grants to help with the affordable housing crisis. Okay, so there's affordable housing issues around the country. So they want to know, okay, what is your plan? So we talk about our plan, who's the team, what the team is going to be doing, what our approach is going to be, how much money we're going to need, and what is that money going to be going towards? Is it going to be going towards financial education for people so that they can better afford? Is it going to be going to building affordable housing units, whether that's tiny homes or container homes or some other type of housing model? Is it that we're going to focus on equity? So are we going to be hosting classes or educating, providing financial education, and how much, and who are we paying? So, you know, I like details. So you don't have to be overly detailed, but you have to be detailed enough for them to understand that you're going to make really good use of the money. Okay. So I see you all out here. Thank you so thank you so much. This is very exciting. We do these not just to celebrate the winners, but to encourage you and to empower you to go after all of these opportunities out here. Like, we're going after bigger and bigger opportunities, and we want you to be well positioned in your business because we can't do it alone. Like, I want to collaborate. I remember when we were there was another grant that I was pursuing, and I had reached out to some of my peers, like, to let them know I'm applying. And when I apply, when I get it, you have to say when I get it, not if. But when I get it, I want to partner with you because I know you bring something that I'm going to need to the table. So the larger the grants are, the more you're going to need a team. So more and more of these grants are they requiring or encouraging us to be collaborative. So let's talk on that before we close out, of the importance of collaborating. This is a year of partnerships. Okay. So more and more, they want you to collaborate with each other. If you have a nonprofit, collaborate with another nonprofit, or collaborate with a for-profit business. Go collaborate with the college or university. Go collaborate with the Small Business Development Center or Women's Business Center. So they want collaborative efforts. The bigger that these grants get, they want us to be more collaborative. So before we close out, if anyone wants to speak on that, because I speak on this a lot, we don't collaborate enough. We got to get to the point where we trust each other, that we're working together towards common goals, because the opportunities are out here. And then, but we're not going after them because we're saying to ourselves, well, I can't do this by myself. Well, why are you trying to do it by yourself when you don't have to? And they're saying, we don't want you to do it by yourself. We're actually going to give you more points if you're collaborative and you're bringing in partners to help you solve problems. Okay. So let's speak real quickly on collaborative, and then after that, we'll wrap it up. Any thoughts on collaboration, the importance of collaborating?
I'll go. I think one of the things that we get stuck in is solopreneurship when you think about it. And a lot of times we don't have all the skills that we need to scale our business. I don't know marketing. I don't know legal. I don't know accounting. I don't know any of those things. So if you want to think about collaborating, that's one of the ways you need to think about it. You need those type of people to scale your business. You need those type of people to go after those contracts. Is so important, because once you have all those different mindsets, think about how well your business can run. Think about all the things that you can do if it wasn't just you. So when you think about, because my word this year is collaboration. I want to collaborate with everybody because I know that I'm expert in what I'm an expert in. So it's important. And you see these big, we're on, are we on StreamYard? Yes. StreamYard right now. You have Facebook, you have Instagram. These people did not do this by themselves. They did it with other people. So it's super important for you to look into that and make sure that you are collaborating in any aspect.
Thank you. Maxine, any comment on collaboration?
I definitely agree. Like I'm not good. I'm not great at graphic design. So this year I hired a graphic designer. I'm a stickler for Canva, but it just wasn't doing it for me. So I just went out and hired a graphic designer to do all my flyers and to do my website and things like that because that's just not my strong suit. So I understand that, if you can't do it yourself, hire somebody else to do it. And just collaborate and continue to grow those relationships because you never know, that person may need your expertise and vice versa, and y'all can collaborate that way and even barter. Like,
Yes.
okay, you do this, I can do this for you, and have a contract set, and then you're good to go. Both of y'all are not, one is not losing. You're both elevating together. So
Win-wins.
yeah, so definitely collaboration this is the year for collaborations. I definitely agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So collaborate, barter, right? Nicole, if you want to learn more about bartering, reach out to Nicole. I'll have her put her information in there. Deb, any comments on collaborating? Have you collaborated?
Well, I am in the midst of hopefully a partnership with Walmart because I did a pitch event last year too with
Good.
Walmart. So collaborating with them to get my t-shirts and my hoodies into the stores. And I definitely agree with you when it comes down to collaboration and how the grant could benefit collaborating. The grant can help with hiring people. The grant can help with building a partnership with other companies. And so that could be another reason for going after these grants, is the fact that, look, I want to be able to partner with my local community. I want to be able to partner with government. I want to be able, but I need the money. And so the grant could definitely help with wanting to collaborate. And you can put that in your business plan. I'll use the money to collaborate and to partner with other companies.
Yes. So this is the year of collaboration and partnerships, the year of collaboration and partnerships. So remember that, and we're going to put out more information about that and help you all be able to collaborate and partner more and understand what that means and the impact that they can have on your business, the impact to go after all these opportunities and bigger opportunities. So we thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we celebrate all of the 2022 She Bossed Up Grant Awardees. Get ready for our fourth installment in the winter of 2023. Make sure you're following us on social media. Get on our email list. Go to www.shebosstalk.com. I will be doing a video on update on our new website and all the programs that we have. So if you're new or you're not familiar with everything that we offer here at She Boss Talk, I'm going to bring you up to date because you don't want to miss out on the opportunities. We actually have another pitch opportunity coming up. We just had one for Black History Month, but we have for Women's History Month. Shout out to all the women. Women History Month. We're having our Women of Influence meetup, networking event, and pitch competition. So you have an opportunity to pitch your business or your idea for $500. We do this on a quarterly basis, and we have many more grant programs. So again, it's important for you to stay connected, tune in, stay engaged with us. That means checking in often with what it is that we're doing so you don't miss out. So you will be part of one of the winners of the many programs. And as every year we bring more and more and more programs, we get more and more program partners. We want you all to be partnered with us. So look for those opportunities that are coming soon. We hire people within our community. We partner with people in our community, and we want to partner with you. Thank you. Be the boss with Amplify Impact, and have a great day.